Shahargrenberg. Hi, Jared. I'm Shahar from Israel, and I'd like to know if there's a show you would have wanted SPN to cross over with. Hi, Shahar. Yeah, there are tons of shows I would have loved for Supernatural to cross over with, and I feel like Supernatural could have gotten away with it because, I mean, if we can play ourselves in French Mistake or be on a game show or a CSI Miami and changing channels, then we certainly could have gotten away with doing a crossover.
Well, what are we talking here? Are they some sort of weirdo shut-ins like the Addams Family?
Maggie was working lead. Kids online said they were studying when, and I quote, a walker tried to end them. It's a zombie, a Walking Dead thing.
I know what a walker is, Sam. Studying, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think it would have been kind of a funny moment to cross over with Walking Dead back when Jeff was on it, because that could have made for some good moments of Sam and Dean seeing John, and John not necessarily knowing who these guys are or why their hair is so long. We talked about doing an Arrow with Amel for a little bit. There were tons. Maybe someday, if people are interested, maybe we can do like a reboot, and part of the reboot is kind of a funny crossover of a few shows that have been gone for a while. So those are the ones that come to mind, all right.
Woohoo! Back to back to back. That was one for the books.
Yeah.
Man, Dad loved this thing.
Dude, don't.
What?
Dean, you're covered in ghoul, man, and wraith. And I think you have a piece of siren in your hair.
All right, let's see. Moving on to Stephanie Ailman. Stephanie Ailman. She says, if you had the chance to do another crossover episode, which show would you want to be with and why? Can be live action or animated. So yeah, the only crossover episode we ever did was with Scooby-Doo. I know there was a lot of talk of doing a crossover episode with some of the other shows that were on the CW that had kind of a similar theme as Supernatural, or at least dealt with certain kinds of beings that we dealt with on Supernatural, but that never really happened, largely because of just a logistical nightmare. But another show. I mean, look, I think it would always be fun to cross over with The Walking Dead.
Gross.
Yeah. Dude, why don't you take a shower and change your clothes? You've been wearing the same pair of boxers for 4 days.
Okay, 1, weird that you know how much underwear I packed.
That's what's weird about this?
And B, it's 2 and 2. Doesn't count if you flip them inside out.
But that ship may have sailed. And I think it would have been fun to cross over with, what's another episode? What's another show? Yeah, I mean, look, I always thought we should have been with Vampire Diaries and should have helped send that show off into the sunset. And I don't know, maybe they can find a way to bring us back to the last few episodes of Walking Dead.
But yeah, those are the biggest changes, is that the heaven that Dean deserved was filled with a lot of people from Dean's past. As it worked out, it kind of worked out like a happy accident, because the show, again, talking about storytelling in general, the show started out Sam and Dean. That was the show. That was the pilot. That was the first couple of seasons. And it was always about Sam and Dean. And Dean said it himself in the barn, when it comes down to it, it's always been you and me, meaning Sam and Dean. and for it to end like that full circle was pretty magical storytelling. So maybe it ended up the way it should be, and maybe we get all of us together for the reboot.
Hey, Sammy.
Dean?
Said that this is just the show that will never die, and it literally is the show that will never die. You know, just when we thought we were, you know, moving right towards the finish line, you know, this whole thing happened. And I don't know. I mean, you know how this entertainment industry works. They're probably going to try to reboot us in about 3 or 5 years. So we'll
like
see what happens. Yeah.
I wonder who'll play you. He's not born yet.
Me. I hope me.
He's not born yet.
I promise. I will never die.
I just said that. I literally just said that the whole way. Gilmore Girls I did 5 seasons, they did 7, and then 10 years later they did a Netflix reboot. So movie or reboot, give me a call. I'm in, man.
It's gonna happen.
I love the show. I love the fandom, the family.
You know, I've always thought that there is a possibility of, you know, 5 years down the road, getting the call and saying, hey, let's do a little short order action for a streaming network and bring them back for 6 episodes.
That's going to happen. The show's too famous not to happen.
Right. I do feel like this isn't like the long goodbye right now. You know, I feel like this is you know, let's hang this in the closet for now. And we'll dust her off, you know, down the road a bit.
Bye, boys.
No, it's been, and frankly, and this is obviously on camera, so maybe I shouldn't say this. I feel like the show could go 15 more, honestly. Like, I feel like we have so much that we could do, so many stories we could tell.
I mean, we're 15 years in. It's just the show that will never end.
Since it was determined that the show was going to end at 327 episodes, I'd like to think of this as a see you later, not as a goodbye. So I don't know when that would be, but they have my phone number.
So it wasn't really, if I played Sam Winchester for my entire life, I'd die happy, you know, as long as he had a story to tell, and he does have a story to tell, and he's telling that story. And maybe on April 5th, when Jared and Sam say goodbye to each other, hopefully it's see you later and not goodbye, you know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
The show could go for many more years and still be a great show, leaving not only the fans wanting more, but also us wanting more. Like, I hope this isn't the last time I'll play Sam Winchester.
Nothing ever stays dead in Supernatural.
Yeah, this is also the last time we get to see you guys as Sam and Dean Winchester.
Yeah.
For now. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We got work to do. That's Chuck's ending? No, I don't think so. After everything that he has put us through, I'll be damned if I'm gonna let some glorified fanboy get the last word.
No doubt, endings are hard. But then again, nothing ever really ends, does it?
And we won't be gone long, I promise.
It came to the point of like, okay, I think this is the right time. Like, it's a weird decision. And then I'm going to sell him out. When Jensen got to Vancouver 2 weeks ago, I have a text message from him. He's like, man, crazy being back in Vancouver. I feel like we could do 2 more years. And I was like, let's talk, man. Like,
To all the SPN family out there, thank you so much for taking this journey with us for 15 years. We love you, and we won't be gone long, I promise.
Thanks for watching Wayward Winchester. Subscribe for more awesome Wayward content. Till next time, as always, no chick flick moments. Peace.
Awesome. That's awesome.
right, come on.
You know what? You're awesome.
Thanks. You too, I guess.